do I call you James or do I call you Jimmy or?
Jimmy.
I do.
Yeah.
You go by Jimmy.
I go by Jimmy.
Yeah, but you professionally James.
Yeah, yeah. I'm professionally James, but everyone calls me Jimmy. All my friends call me Jimmy.
Oh, good.
I made this crazy decision when I was like 22, the first big show I did as an actor. The producer came up to me and she was like, you know what? I was like, what? And she's like, I think you should go by James. And I was like, I don't know. Everyone calls me Jimmy. That might be weird and confusing. And she goes, yeah, but James Stewart is what Jimmy Stewart was billed as. And I said, all right, well, if it's good enough for Jimmy Stewart, it's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And so then became the most confusing 10 years of my life, because what happens is I'll go onto a set and they'll go, so what should we call you? And I said, well, call me Jimmy, but I don't get to everyone at the same time. So I'm telling certain people Jimmy, certain people James.
Oh, then people think you don't like them.
People think I'm not a nice person.
Yeah, they go, hey, what's this? Why can't I'm not in the Jimmy Club.
Yeah, why does he get to call him
Well,
Jimmy and I have to call him James?
Yeah, you actually haven't started saying your middle name as well.
So you were smart.
That's really rude. Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I got to assume you get recognized a lot, because I know you from a lot of big things. Mad Men, you were great in. Watchmen, Billions.
Thank you.
Do you get recognized a lot?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not like you. I mean, it's not, you know, there's no
People
doubt.
like, yo, James!
Yeah, right. I kind of get like the look, like, is that my cousin? Why do I know that guy? Or like, was he at Thanksgiving? Was he at my aunt's Thanksgiving?
Was he at Thanksgiving?
Why is he smiling back at me? What's wrong with that guy? But what happens is, like, so we have these neighbors who are, they're great. They're like 13, 14, there's like 20 of them.
Yeah.
They're really nice. And they walk our dog. And during the pandemic, they were great. They'd come and walk the dog. We have 2 small kids at home, and we didn't want the dog to be neglected, so we had them come. And I always noticed they'd kind of like look at me, and they'd like kind of smile, and I go, oh, they definitely know my work. I'd like talk to my, they must have seen whatever show it was. And then one day, one of the guys comes up and he goes, we thought you were John Krasinski. I was like, okay.
Yeah, at least he's honest.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take that.
We thought you were famous. We thought you were John Krasinski.
I would take that. Why not, man?
John Krasinski's, yeah.
He's a stud, yeah.
Yeah, he never walked the dog again. That was it.
That was the end of that. Like,
He wasn't welcome back. Yeah.
You're not John Krasinski, yeah. I want to, can we talk about the show?
Yeah.
Ordinary Joe. I like the idea of this, because the idea is kind of like, to me, like that movie Sliding Doors. Like, what if? What if I made this decision instead of this decision in my life?
Yeah.
Would my life change? Yes, of course it would, but also the lives around you would change as well.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, so the show is basically, you meet the character who I play, his name is Joe Kimbrough. You meet him the day he's about to graduate from college, and you see that he has 3 very different choices in front of him. And then the show cuts to black, and it picks up 10 years later, and you follow the 3 different iterations of his life. So basically, it plays with this idea of choice and how the choices we make drastically change who we become. And in each world, like in one world, he's married with a kid. In another world, he remained single and he became a nurse at a hospital. In another world, he became like a famous musician because he followed his dreams of music. And he has a, you know, him and his wife are trying to conceive and they're having trouble doing it.
So it's like, this is great for an actor. You must live, what's a meaty role?
It's a challenge.
You can do 3, you have to do 3 different characters in one episode.
Sometimes we do 3 characters in a day.
Yeah.
Like you're literally, in the morning, you know, we'll do one character and then 2 hours of like a hand-laid beard. And I don't know if you saw the show tonight, like he wears, like I have a long hair and a beard in one of the roles, so we'll do that at lunch and then come back as a different character. It's awesome.
And then you can take it anywhere. Who knows where the show could, because you go like, which one is real?
Right.
Could be the real, I don't know.
Right.
Again, I'm not writing for the show.
Yeah, yeah.
You go like, hey, the rock star one is real.
Yeah.
Oh. And you go, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, do you have that? Do you have like a moment like that where you look back and you go like, that was the crossroads where like that drastically changed?
I think I did reach that part. I think everyone has that thing where you're like, I think I'm going to do this, or I'm going to date this person, or not this person,
Totally.
or you make that move, and it all can change. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this.
Thanks, man.
I want to show everyone a clip. Here's James Wolk in Ordinary Joe. Take a look at this.
Wow, you look fancy.
It's just a tie, bud.
Fancier than your scrubs.
Yeah, a bit.
You trying to impress people?
Not really.
Is Mom gonna be there?
Yeah, it's her reunion too. That's where we met, in college.
I hope you impress her.
James Wolk, everybody. Check out new episodes of Ordinary Joe Monday nights at 10 p.m. here on NBC.
Hey, hey.